Here on Dino the Dinosaur, we strongly prefer drag racing here. And, specifically cars. Well, not just specifically cars, it's drag racing. But, I have lots of NHRA diecasts, so we'll go over all of them. So first we have Larry Dixon. This car was pretty rare. It's hard to find, but I got it for a pretty cheap price. I have two Eddie Hill cars. This is post Fuzzy Carter, with Fuzzy Carter, and then you've got the Shirley Muldowney's Otter Pops dragster. The Travers car, that was Blaine Johnson. Unfortunately, the car that he died in. Brother of Alan Johnson. And then you got the Coors Extra Go car, driven by, why am I going blank? Daryl Gwen. That was the car that he got hurt in Santa Pod Raceway. You move down to my funny car shelf. You've got Tony Bartone with Bazemore. I've never seen this car other than in the diecast, so someone give a shout out and like maybe a link to a picture of this car in real life because I've never found it. Al Hoffman, when he drove the Moon car. You got TJ, Tommy Johnson Jr., Matt Hagan, Frank Pedregon, other Whit Bazemore. This is the most notable car when he was teammates with Gary Scelzi. Then you got Kurt Johnson. This car is just a Gator Nationals car. It was a Mac Tools limited edition car. Then you've got the Professor, Warren Johnson. You've got another Kurt Johnson car. It's a Platinum edition, and it is signed. Daryl Alderman, Mopar car, here. Al Hoffman, once again, this is the more notable car. It's the same kind of car that Kenji Okasaka, or I can't say his last name right. So he drove the Whipple and McCullough funny car. This car was cool to find. Then you've got Don Garlitz with Swamp Rat 12. This car's broken. Rear end came off of it. Then you've got the Penthouse magazine car. Don't demonetize me, YouTube. It was just a sponsor. I'm not saying what it is. You got Miller High Life as the other car. Not teammates with Larry Dixon, though. This is Ed McCullough. Jim Epler and the Rug Doctor funny car. So there's actually some history behind this car. It was the first funny car to go 300 miles an hour. I cannot remember the year. You got Little Don and Reed's funny car. This was the same car that he would eventually make rear-engined. They did not make a diecast of that. You got Gary Scelzi with the Oakley car. This car was pretty cool. I don't know how I got this. Tim Wilkerson, the LRS, Levi Ray and Shop, Inc. This is a recent car. Who drove it? Johnny Gray with the Wonder Wagon car. This is a callback to Don Schumacher's car in maybe the 60s, I believe. And then you got the Doug and Reed funny car, a big one. This car is pretty cool. Lucky to have that. It was gifted to me. You go down to the very bottom. You got Gary Ormsby, Tony Bartone, and then you've got Mike Dunn, crew chief by Frank Bradley, who lives in my hometown. Antron Brown, most people know him. The Matco Tools cars from 2009. And then you got another Larry Dixon car. This one was pretty easy to find. It's pretty cheap. The motor's none of it looks very nice. Most of the cars from the 90s don't. Then we move on to over here. You have my trucks. We don't count Optimus Prime over here. But we got Joe Amato with the 3-time champion truck. It's not, I don't really know where I got that. I got the La Victoria Transporter, also Mike Dunn. It has a little Hot Wheels kind of size dragster in there. And it was also crew chief. We know I said Frank Bradley, but it's owned by Daryl Gwen. So fun fact, also signed. And then I've got the 50th anniversary Gator Nationals Nitro Mall exclusive. These are probably pretty cheap. I don't really know. I've never shopped for these online, honestly. I buy them all at events. Then I've got Bruce Larson, 20 car champion, 2-time actually, I believe. And then you got the Dunn and Reith Rainbow Dragster. Tommy Johnson Jr. again. I don't know if any of you know this. He drove a Mopar Dragster. This doesn't have a name on it for a driver, so it could have been also Mike Dunn. This car, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's kind of rare. Is the Corey Mack McDonald's 1996 Atlanta Olympics car that they did for a limited event. Roger Prim Racing, Ron Capps in his early work. Pisano Mitsubara, funny car, it was 1320, so it's pretty old, but it's pretty detailed. MBNA, Corey Mack, later. Western Auto, that's Shelly Anderson. Did pretty well for herself with that car. Why am I going blank on who drove this car? Bob Vandergriff. This car is pretty nice. I don't really know where I found these. I got the Platinum and Gold edition of Gary Scelti. Platinum is Matco edition, and Gold is Winston. Even though they both are the same car, they both say Matco and Winston. Checker Shucks Cragen. Stel Bersham. I think he was teammates with Frank or Tony Pedregon. Maybe even Cruz, I don't remember. The other Travers car, it's still Blaine Johnson. He drove this car in the very beginning. Then you've got the Great Clips Dragster. It's Clay Milken, modern day. Don Lagana. Give him my best wishes when he drove. Scott Coletta, rest in peace. Joe Amato, and the last blast car. I could not find the Valvoline car, but this is his last year in 2001. Brendan Bernstein signed. You got Daryl Russell. He drove for Joe Amato after Joe retired. And you've got David Grubnick, now crew chief for Brittany Force. You've got the United States Army car. That was Tony Schumacher, 8-time champion. Third, with championships. Number 1 is Frank Manzo. Number 2 is John Force. Number 3 is Tony Schumacher. And you've got some pictures here and there. You got some calendar pages off of an old NHRA calendar. And, yeah, that's it.